Observer's Log. This is from 60,000 Light Years, a Star Trek podcast. I am one of your observers, Jay Clark. Your other observer, Eric Berry, better known as Trekkie B47. We're doing things a little different right now because we got new Star Trek to talk about, and
Star Trek.
the episodes are out. So we're going to get right to it. So red alert, shields, phasers, whatever you gotta do.
Red alert! Literally, I've got red alert going.
Spoilers. We not holding back. We get to that good stuff right here. Star Trek Starfleet Academy has premiered episodes 1 and 2. We can freely talk about it.
Kids these days, episode 1, beta test episode 2. Let's get into it.
Sir,
oh my God.
Where do you want to go first? Yes, it's here, finally.
It's here. And I was one of the skeptical ones. I was. Because we didn't know anything about this.
Well, real quick. Can I say they pissed me off? They pissed me off to start things off while also impressing me at the same time. Because
okay,
initially hit with that new opener, the 60th anniversary opener.
Oh my God,
beautiful! To every ship, start from the OG.
Every live action.
Okay,
ship.
And that's where they pissed me off because I was like, hold up,
where's
rewind.
the Protostar? Where's the
Cerritos? Protostar and where's the Cerritos? Really? We still doing that now? We still doing that now?
Yep. I don't get it.
Make it make sense.
I don't get it. And I can see, okay, maybe they're just focusing on the live action ships because they did do them
sequentially. As they aired, yeah.
Because after Voyager, it was Enterprise, NX-01, and yeah. But still, you couldn't throw in the Cerritos. You couldn't throw in the Protostar. Like, come on.
Like, what the? But anywho, outside of that,
it's beautiful, though.
Beautiful. I rewound that thing.
And the music, like that little music, it gets you hyped. And it, like, because it's done, bump, dun 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 dun, and then
ship porn, good ship porn. It is
the best. And, you know, those are new, like, CG renders. They look pretty sweet. They look good.
D was a little off. I'm not going to lie. The D probably is the one I think is just a slight bit off. Maybe even a little bit the Defiant. But outside of that, nah. Beautiful thing. But yes, the kids are all right. Episode 1.
Kids these days, man. This is what a premiere of Star Trek should be. You get the, well, I say it from, like, this felt like a mini movie.
Oh, no, yeah. It's doing the work. It's doing the work for sure.
It's, I don't even know where to go. I just, there's so much about this that is really good.
I will say what really made me happy was that moment where it's a you felt it, the switch of like, because like early on it's like, yep, this little discovery. I'm getting some discovery.
Sure.
Here, where are we going? But then it's like when they get to that ship, when they get to the ship, you know, and we start truly kind of moving forward, it picks up and it's like a different tonal shift, and it's like, okay, that's behind us, cool. Let me buy into what they're doing here, and yeah, I enjoyed the way they introduced the characters, the dynamics, everything. I for one, I like the height differential between Caleb and Captain Ake.
Nala Ake, yeah.
Because I just hate a show where everybody's the same height. And as somebody who's not vertically challenged,
I didn't realize Holly Hunter is so short.
That little. She is little.
She is tiny. She's got to be like 5'1" or something.
Because like, there's a moment earlier where they doing that face to face. He's like, it was like, wow, she is little. But I enjoy that. To me, that seems more real life versus, everybody's the same 5'3", and you look tall if you're 5'4". No, that's not life.
Okay, so I will say about Caleb, Caleb Meir. I love how they gave him the backstory. You find out that there's a mystery. It sets up the whole situation between, Paul Giamatti's character, Newell Braca, and Captain Ake. So the core of the show is them, essentially, at least for this first episode.
I don't know how much Paul fits into that to say, which isn't a bad thing. That's
No,
not saying that in
no.
a bad way. Not at all.
So I think we can say this, that he is an antagonist that, thankfully, it's not a full season villain like something in Picard season 3. But it's almost like a recurring, like a core or Kang in
It's
the
very much
original
Gold
series.
Dukat right now.
Or
I feel
Gold
like
Dukat, yeah.
he could play back and forth. He could be good here. He could be bad. And I'm looking forward to how they play with it because I think
Especially since Paul Giamatti in a recent interview said that Gold Dukat was like his favorite Star Trek villain. So
the man knows Trek. The man knows some good Trek. One of the things I have here the most that stuck out to me was I'm just glad to see they're not treating these kids, and I use the term kids lightly. These college
are
students,
young adults. They're
young
college
adults.
students.
They're not treating them with gloves. They are not being soft and sensitive. Like it's actually, I'm actually like, yes, a little rough here. Yeah. They giving it to them in full force. Like, no, this ain't no easy skating thing. We super worried about your feelings. Hey, you need to talk. We need to step into the corner and talk about this test. Or you're crying. It's okay. I'm gonna give you no. Like these kids getting the blues off jump.
And we have to keep in mind that just the setting of the show, like this is post burn. Discovery solved the burn. Now Starfleet is rebuilding, and this first episode really introduces you to that concept of the Academy. They are the first class of Starfleet Academy, and they deal with what Discovery, I think. Well, that's an episode 3 discussion. We'll talk about that later.
I would honestly say because of episode 2. Yes, we get that in episode 2. Like we wanted that.
We do.
We wanted that.
Yeah. And so it connects with Discovery, but it's also a launching point to, yes, this is Starfleet Academy. And you are going through the fast recruitment process through the experiences of Caleb, who's like the main student, and I would say probably the main character throughout, this show.
Him and Ake for sure. It is their show.
It's their relationship. And the first episode does a great job of the weight of what Commander Ake or Captain Ake has to do. He's the whole reason she comes back to Starfleet.
Okay.
Because of her guilt.
Yeah, true. Okay.
And we find out later on a little bit more about that. But what I like about this is you are going through the classes in session recruitment with him. You are following him along. And I thought it was hilarious when they did what's they call
transformation?
The conformation, or like, just the regulation booth, where it's like, okay, Starfleet has a code of regulations and they're using the 32nd century technology. Guy walks through an arch and he's instantly got a haircut and a new change of clothes. That only happens in that new future. And he's like, what the, like, it's great because he is he doesn't want to be there. He's only there as a means to an end in these first 2 episodes.
Oh, for sure. Like, and can we, I want to get into this now because it's asking the big question, which I think Trek fans need to ask, period. And it gets into a little bit at the end of episode 1 when they land.
Right.
And it starts off with that whole thing in episode 2 with her speech. What do we want this to be? And after seeing the amount of crap before the embargo was up, before these episodes were released, people are hating, like, what do we want this to be? And like she tells them, like, you get the chance to define this, and we have to be open to letting this be defined. And I think that's one of the things I really love about Captain Ake is she literally is the embodiment of that. Here she is with 400 years of knowledge. She's one of the few who has seen Starfleet when it was Starfleet, has been, knows these things. And even she is kind of like, yeah, I've been around long enough. Some of this stuff matters, some of this stuff doesn't. Let's figure out what we want going forward. And yes, on more than just a Star Trek level,
Yeah.
yes.
And so she is half Lanthanite, and Commander Pelia from Strange New Worlds is full-on Lanthanite.
Right.
And so they're bringing over that concept from Strange New Worlds to give that perspective of history that this show needs.
And they're not using it as a joke. So I think that's the problem. Pelia is just a joke.
Yeah.
Here, it is adding depth and layers to what she's bringing to the show.
And Captain Ake does have a more laid back attitude, especially as you'll see in later episodes. But it's because she's been around. She already knows this. It gives her the freedom to be more open and to be herself because she's had 400 years to know who she is.
Right. I know who I am. Who are you?
Exactly. And she is giving Caleb that chance to find out who he is. And I like that we are also seeing him grow because he has been a criminal for all of his life for 15 years because he was 6 when his mother got taken from him. And so he hasn't had a normal childhood. He hasn't had a chance to be around other kids and play sports and make nice with people. And so, if anything, he might know a lot of the, technical babble that they're trying to teach, but he doesn't know the personal experiences and the personable knowledge. And what a perfect analogy for college. A lot of people don't know who they are when they go into college.
What a perfect analogy for this younger generation. Like, I think that's what as much as it gets under my skin, it's like, oh, this is youth, young adult. We all know why. They're trying to get a younger generation in there, but also it works. Like, again, this is Star Trek being Star Trek, using characters and people and things to be a mirror to what is going on today. And like you said, he is perfect because, yes, this Gen Z and younger and all, they have literally had everything to them at the access, all the knowledge at the access of their fingertips through the internet, but they don't necessarily know how to apply it or what it all means. Kind of like in Caleb, because we early hear, oh yeah, I can do this, I know that, yeah, you do this, but it's sometimes the background and the reasoning and the why, and they get into that just a little bit. So I love that example there, yeah.
And especially into the second episode, because we're talking about both episodes.
Oh yeah.
So he falls in love with the daughter of the Beta Z president, and things get awkward. There is miscommunication. There are hurt feelings. There is misunderstanding. And that's exactly what you're talking about. The youth of today, yes, they can hack into anything. They have the knowledge of the internet in their fingertips, just like Caleb. But, oh, whoops, I said the wrong thing, and now I might not have a relationship with this girl I really like. Wow. Talk about, relevant to the youth of today. And
even how that confusion comes up. It
wasn't
forced, like, okay, we have to make a moment here. It was
natural.
One of the lines I have here is, the problem is driving the character moments and discovery / plot, and not the other way around, where they're trying to drive character moments through a plot. If you get what I'm saying, like it's
Well,
the plot is allowing the moments to happen versus,
yes.
oh, I want this to happen. How can we design this? And I know that's how it's produced, but they're doing it in a way that it's coming across naturally in the story, that it doesn't feel like, hey, we need to go talk in this side hallway while the problem gets rolled out.
The conflict is natural because it's just like teens and young adults trying to find their way in the world. It feels relatable in a way that Star Trek has not felt relatable in a long time. At least for me.
That's yes. And I gravitated towards, like, it spoke to me in a way that's like, this felt like Trek. It felt like we're trying to explore something here. It didn't just feel like we're going, bang bang, shoot 'em up, or I want to see this happen, and the Trek is in the background while these two characters talk about their feelings. Yeah. That's not happening here.
And this whole time, even Next Generation taught us that we're not just out here exploring space. We're exploring the human condition and what the betterment to improve ourselves. There's Starfleet doesn't have money. Earth doesn't have money. It's because the driver is to better ourselves and better others because we're here. It's to grow and, push this future ahead. And all of these characters have a youthful energy. They're quirky, they're funny, they're serious. It makes me feel young. And here I am at, 43, and I want to go to that school. Mm-hmm. That's what this show makes me feel. I want to go to that school. I want to go there. I want to, and
I'd live right there with you. I'd love to.
And it's like, we keep talking about the chuds and the online people and all this stuff, and it's like, oh well, blah blah blah, I want to see this and that and what other. But here's the thing: every captain that you've experienced in Star Trek, Jean-Luc Picard, Catherine Janeway, Captain Benjamin Lafayette Sisko, they have all went to Starfleet Academy. They were all kids at one point.
I'll take it a step further. Fuck their academy experience. It's 1,000 years ago.
Yep.
I don't care.
No,
I do care, but we can't be held to it.
Yeah,
we can't be held to it. We have to be like, it's been 1,000 years. 1,000 years. Hell, we're seeing what's crazy now in AI in the last couple. You trying to tell me with that kind of technology, 1,000 years of innovation atop all those species and interaction? Like, yes, that's why we have some of these hybrids, which are working out great. Let's rediscover some of this stuff. Let's reevaluate some of this. Let's relook at it because it's been 1,000 years. Where are we? Again, like you mentioned, we wanted to see Discovery look at some of this stuff, and they didn't quite do it in fully satisfying ways. We're getting into it now, and there's some fun stuff coming down the road. We will talk about some other characters and stuff later when we get to those episodes.
I can't wait to talk about more about this show.
But yes, there's such a, I said in our preview, there's such a care with the legacy here. And it's evident in the way that they are world building in a way that still respects the stuff that came before it. But damn it, can y'all give them the freedom to chart a path forward?
They even say it in the second episode. They say that they're trying to decide the new seat of government, and it's always been on Earth. And they're looking at Paris. Oh, we're going more traditional. Do we want to spoil it?
We got straight diplomatic negotiations in the second episode. Come on, man. Come on. And that was good negotiations too with the
And my boy Admiral Vance. I'm so glad Oded Fair is back for this because he's that through from Discovery, and he's the admiral dealing with all the BS out there. But the way he connects back to the school, the diplomatic stuff, the we need help from Starfleet Command stuff, it's all there. And I am so glad that he is back, because he was like my favorite Discovery character,
Yeah.
like secondary character. And yeah, you get a powerhouse actor like that, and oh man, there are great moments with him.
There, this show is giving quotables. Like like I have a couple written down here. Like
Yes.
I haven't had quotables truly in a Star Trek show in a real while like that to this extent. I was like, you got time to build the future. Democracy doesn't live in a place; it lives in continuous action. Ooh, I'm
Talking
asking.
about relevant to our
Right.
time.
I'm asking you to take a chance on them, your boy Admiral Vance. And then the one from Captain Ake at the end when she's talking with Caleb. If you stay, we can build something different. If that ain't a message to viewers,
Hey, fans, stick around because we're
that's
cooking.
right. We're cooking. Let us cook here.
And that's why we keep saying, at least watch, just watch half the season. If you are not fully on board by season 5, then it's okay. Walk away, whatever.
Yeah.
No hard feelings. But people need to experience episode 5. And I'm not getting into it any deeper than that, because we can't. We cannot. We will get there.
We will get there. I'm ready for some of those other episodes simply because, like, like these first couple don't have too much to get into like that. Like,
Right.
it's love for the show right now, but they're doing groundwork. They're laying groundwork for what's to come. Um, because what's to come is freaking amazing. But you need to be along for this ride. Like, you need to be along for this ride. If you somehow have been with us through this spoiler review and have yet to not watch the show, like,
I
don't
don't.
stop.
Yeah,
Check it out and enjoy it naturally.
just
Naturally.
just don't take our word for it. Just go and watch it. Please experience it. And were there moments of like slight cringe for me? Maybe a little bit here and there, but also kids are cringe. Like kids are going to be kids. And I keep saying kids, they are young adults.
They are,
but
yeah.
but they're quirky, and sometimes they have odd sense of humor. But you know, I was like that when I was in college. I'm sure I was, all about that because I was naive. I was still growing. I was still learning. And that's why I think it's so relatable to not only adult fans, but new Star Trek fans who are younger. Because this whole series, this whole franchise is 60 years old. The people who watched it at the very start in the 60s are dying off.
Well, it's not just that. It's almost just like this show again. Academy. It's 1,000 years in the future. Star Trek was 60 years ago.
Yep.
This show started airing back when black people weren't allowed to ride in the front of the bus.
We got
Let
the
stuff
first
grow.
interracial kiss on TV
Kiss on the
because of
show.
Star Trek.
Like, you got to let the show grow and evolve. Like, it's what made me. It's one of the shows parts. It's one of the things that made me a fan of this franchise. But I'm not sitting here. I need TOS every week. No, if I want TOS, I can go watch TOS. And again, TOS was made in the '60s, just the way that TNG, Deep Space Nine, and Voyager have become emblematic of what the '90s were to an extent. Like those scream '90s, especially TNG,
And what
late 80s,
Enterprise
early '90s,
and
is 2000. Like,
Enterprise is a product of early 2000s. The whole third season of Enterprise is just commenting on
9/11.
9/11 and our war and our response. And so Starfleet Academy is going to reflect the challenges of the youth today. Like I said, the burn in Starfleet Academy is essentially a metaphor for the pandemic that kids went through 5 years ago.
Yep.
There were kids who never got to experience the college experience or the high school normal life because they were stuck at home on their fucking computers.
Yep.
And this show makes a point of that. The burn was something that they glossed over in Discovery, but you feel the effects of it in Starfleet Academy because they're trying to rebuild. There are kids that have come from species who are dying or dead, and they make a point of it in the show. Some of these cadets are the last of their kind.
Yeah.
Some of them have been living on cargo ships, jumping from planet to planet, or traveling slowly because they didn't have dilithium. They are surviving.
We got a great dynamic within the cadets themselves. We'll talk more about the characters as we go through them all, but like you got two cadets who definitely came from well-off, well-to-do families. You got others who were just born, just new to the world. You got others who didn't feel included in their families. You got others who had no... Like, you are getting a full range of backgrounds of people coming to this academy.
And somehow they all come together and they start to become friends. And
I believe the friendships. I believe the friendships.
I believe
them. They're doing it in a way that it's like, because I was a little worried with some of the dynamics as they were setting them up. I was like, oh, is he about to be just the bully? And it's like, oh no, because then you had this group over here. It's like, okay, I like the dynamics that they are portraying within the group, especially as we go through the show.
And I think that the first episode, it kind of tricks you in a way because you think, oh, here we go. This is the bully character.
Mm-hmm.
But only 2 episodes later, there's a depth to the character that is dynamic.
Which one are you talking? You talking 3 or 4?
3 and 4.
Yes.
For different characters.
Same character, 3 and 4.
Yeah, but also, but
anyway, that's down the road.
But also, 5 expands a cadet. 6 expands all their relationships even more through a shared experience. The show, I think I'm hyped because I have seen 6 in one go, and I basically watched it all last week. And here's the thing. This is a bingeable show, and I kind of hate that it's week to week, but that's just my experience because I've seen them all.
I actually am looking forward to it being week to week because I think
there is a rewatchability to this show because I've already seen some of them twice because I'm just like, but I'm looking forward to even watching them during their premieres so I can turn on subtitles and find out, what some of the dialogue is and how to spell some of the names and things like that. But
rewatchability, yes, but also because I'm hoping to see some, with the questions and situations this show is providing, I am hoping to see some discussion around that. Yes. I'm hoping to see some articles. I'm hoping to see some talk because that is the beauty of that's one of the things that really sets Star Trek apart is it has that ability to truly be like, put up a mirror or ask these questions and not always give you the answer. Like I can admit, I get where some people say Star Trek has gone woke because of Discovery stuff, but Discovery was a little heavy-handed and bad storytelling with what it was trying to be heavy-handed in. We've been there and discussed that. Check out our Discovery episode. But Star Trek has always done this. And I'm looking forward to hopefully society doing, what we saw society used to do, talk about some of these things. Or at least see some good discussion and not just, oh, this is woke crap. This is like, I want to see they're putting together quality here. And I hope that comes through. I have fear around this show.
I do too, especially with the current administration, with the current owners of Paramount. I even saw today someone was concerned that, just from this backlash of the show not even being out, will the second season even see the light of day on Paramount?
That'd be a damn shame because I'm thinking to me, this is sad. I am really hoping best case scenario, we have another Prodigy situation on our hands.
Where it goes to Netflix.
2 seasons of a great story.
Great show. Yeah.
And low key, leave me wanting a little bit more. Like, because I think that's one of the things that this show is doing so far is they're as you mentioned, they're telling a story within a gap of time, but it's not day to day, and so they're leaving gaps. Those gaps to me, that's where the real fandom comes through because you know the gaps does it leaves space for stories, for novels, for fan films, film like it leaves space for us as a fandom to do what we love to do with this franchise, and
And
sometimes fill
explore
in
it.
gaps, explore it, leave opportunities. Like there's that's what I think this show really can do, and hopefully we'll get the chance to is to really like, yes, here's this world. Now go play in it. Because that's what TNG and TOS truly did, which is what we've been thriving off is they let that happen. And they put that
And
out there.
and I kind of hope they touch upon a little bit more of Earth stuff because Discovery did show that Earth, broke away from the Federation. I hope maybe we see some of those characters make an appearance here and there, but no, there's so much that they could do with the show. And I think there was a Kurtzman interview that was released today that said, Academy could be one of those shows that just goes on and on and on
I
and
don't know
on
if I need
because
that now, but
no, I but the concept is you could have rotating cadets come through and be the focus, and it could be
I think that's where you need the scenario change. Because like for me, when you say that, what pops into mind is like a different world, the show a different world. And it's like you had that, and it went long enough to where that initial class they graduate and it gets like okay, we're starting to tell the same stuff over and over again, or you don't sit with the younger kids as much because we just witnessed them go through it, so we don't
and so
need
now you're more with the faculty, you're
yeah,
more with the different yeah.
yeah. That's why I think it's one of those things where I think unfortunately it's just the era of this TV. You need a plan and a scope, and sometimes I think when you get outside that, that's when issues, or you go beyond that, that's where issues start happening. If
Yeah.
we're getting two, hopefully they filmed two, they've had a plan for two without any kind of feedback.
Yeah, they filmed two,
Yeah,
like literally
they're
season
wrapping up
two
now.
wrapped up like
Yeah,
now.
so hopefully that means we've got two seasons of a story that you came with intention to tell. Six
And
episodes
no
in, I'm already bought
influence.
in. So
Yeah.
yes, if it keeps going like this, like to me, the biggest thing I say, if they don't land this plane at the end of this season, like who,
I would at least like 4 years because that would be like a typical college like
is
four
Academy
year
4 years old? 'Cause for some reason I feel like it's I have to go back because I haven't looked up. I feel like it's three. Is it four? I don't know. I don't forget what the actual length of the Academy.
of Starfleet
Yeah,
Academy.
is it four?
I think it's three. I think it's just like college. It's like 3 or 4.
How many years is Star?
But but the point is that I want Starfleet Academy to basically follow these students from their first day, which is what we seen in the premiere, to their first assignment. I would love that for Starfleet Academy.
You're right. It's four. I'm with you.
Like let's just
yeah.
let's see them graduate the academy, and then the epilogue could be where they're at on their first posting.
Listen, I am here for the ride.
Yep.
Hopefully, you are too. Episodes 1 and 2. Let's go ahead and do this. Let's rank them as we go. 1 and 2. Where are you putting at them? That's all we got so far.
Like what scale? 1 through 10 or
No. Put them in order. We got episodes 1 and 2.
I really like 2, but no. You know what? I'll put number 2 first, and number 1 second.
I'm right there with you. Number 1 is the weakest episode of the season to me. Number 2 so far, I'll have it number 1 just because it is the show.
Yeah.
Like that moment where she asked the question, and here's my last question. I want to know the moment you bought in. For me, the moment I bought in was when they announced the decision to move the seat to Beta Z. Because at that moment I was like, you didn't just tell me you're going to do something new and try and recraft this. No, you showed me. And then they will continue to do this over and over again throughout the rest of the series. And that's what that was. I was like, oh, y'all are really doing this. Show me again. And we'll talk about how they showed it again and again, over and over.
I think that was the same point because they could have easily stuck with Paris because that's always been the traditional. But Earth gave up the seat of the Federation just to bring Beta Z back in to the Federation. And if that doesn't show the growth, something different, it shows that the Federation is evolving too post-burn.
We can change.
It's not all about tradition. And
Bingo.
And even in the 24th century, they're pretty lauded on their traditions.
Summed it up nicely, my friend. This is from 60,000 Light Years. That is our spoiler review of episodes 1 and 2 of the new show, Star Trek Starfleet Academy. Out now. Get on board. Get on board because
sign up.
There's some good stuff coming down the line. And
enrollment is now.
Yes. Enroll now. Check it out. Like, share, subscribe, join the crew. We don't usually do episodic stuff. We're just doing this because we got the opportunity to. We normally, as the show title says, take a 60,000 light year view of all the series and iterations of this great franchise.
Here, maybe we're just 6,000 feet
6,000
for these.
As we are heading towards its 60th anniversary, good times ahead. Hopefully, please give this a shot. And yeah, we'll check y'all next week for episode 3. Fun times ahead. Sir, take care. Be safe out there. Live long and prosper. And until next time.